All right, guys, welcome. Thank you for taking the time to be here, whether it is the morning, afternoon, or evening. It is very great to see all of you here on this wonderful Saturday. Today, we are going to give you a presentation on energy so that you can find out basically everything that is going on with energy and what we really have coming for you guys. And if you're not familiar with the platform, we will tell you exactly how that works with a nice succinct presentation that you will be able to understand. And we have a different perspective in the way we'll be explaining it today, and we'll let Dwayne do that. So without further ado, Dwayne, take it away.
All right, good Saturday, DeFi Nation. Good Saturday, energy community. We're going to have a fantastic presentation today. Guys, if you're out there watching on Facebook, you want to get on this Zoom. How are you going to get on this Zoom? Whatever video you're watching, go in the comments, and there is a link to this Zoom. And get your butts on here because we're going to have a great time. Man, a lot is going on in the energy community, and things are progressing nicely. How'd you guys like that opening music during the timer? That opening music during the timer, guys, that's the first band that we talked to about being on the Music Builder DApp. And you're going to learn a little bit more about that later on. But I want to get into it. My name's Dwayne. Guys, I reside in Kansas. My corporate offices are here in Kansas, out in the middle of nowhere, right smack dab in the middle of the USA. And I'm going to tell you about energy. I'm going to tell you about DeFi. I'm going to tell you how you can earn from staking, how you can profit from this coin, how you can earn by helping grow the community. You're going to learn all those things today. But I want to begin by telling you about DeFi if you haven't heard about DeFi. DeFi. What is DeFi? DeFi stands for decentralized finance. It's really a play on words, DEFI. DEFI. It's a play on words because we're defying the centralized banking system that has held people down for way too long. And guys, DeFi is really changing the world. You know, experts predict that the DeFi market could be the biggest market we literally see in a millennia. It is that big in 10 lifetimes. And you think about some of the markets we've seen the .com era. They're saying DeFi could be much, much bigger than that. And not by just a little bit, but by massively bigger. And you know, what is DeFi? Well, DeFi, instead of the banks providing the liquidity, the centralized banking system, it is the community of people that provide the liquidity. You know, I've said it a million times over, and I'll say it again. You know, crypto was the first nail in the coffin for banks. Why? Because it allowed people to be their own bank. But I'm here to tell you, DeFi, I fully believe, will be the final nail in the coffin for the centralized banking system. Because DeFi opens up the doors for people all over the world. You know, people still needed banks. They still needed to get car loans, home loans, real estate loans, but DeFi is changing that. And I truly believe that DeFi, decentralized finance, will be the final nail in the coffin for the centralized banking system. So you're going to hear about DeFi a lot over the coming years. It will be the biggest growing industry by leaps and bounds. So let's get into it. Let me go ahead and share my screen here, guys. All right. So I want to tell you how DeFi, I want to explain to you real briefly how DeFi works, how it's different than the centralized banking, than the model that we're used to, per se. And you're going to see me, it's going to look while I'm giving you a presentation that I'm looking off over here. It's because I have multiple monitors on my set up on my desk. So I'm looking at my monitor over here. Guys, what's cool about DeFi is it's a lot easier to understand than the current model, believe it or not. The current model, it doesn't matter what market it is. It can be cryptocurrency, it could be stocks, it could be commodities, it could be Forex. They all operate the same way. It's all done purely on speculation and what's called a bid and an ask. You've got these people in the green that are wanting to buy, and you've got these people in the red that are wanting to sell. And this guy says, I want to buy for $1.32.6. This guy says, no, I want to sell for $1.34. And somehow they meet in the middle and the market moves. Either the sellers come down and they sell to the buyers, or the buyers come up and they buy from the sellers. Okay, it's that simple. And the market moves. This is what we've known all our lives. Well, DeFi is changing that model, and believe it or not, it's easier to understand than the centralized banking system. So let me go over here to NRGY. I'm going to go ahead and refresh my screen. I want to get the most accurate price. If we look at the price of NRGY right now, guys, as we speak, it's $492. NRGY is $492 a coin, and you'll understand why here soon. And guys, we believe that we could see this coin go into the thousands, on into the tens of thousands, and even beyond that. And you'll understand why here in just a few minutes. So the way the decentralized DeFi system works, I explain it like a cookie jar, okay? Think of this as a cookie jar. You've got a supply of coins and you've got a supply of dollars. And NRGY does pair against the USDC coin, the US dollar coin. A lot of coins will pair against Ethereum, but the reason that we use USDC is because when the crypto market is coming down, during those times it comes down, it doesn't affect NRGY. A lot of times you'll see the whole crypto market on those days it's coming down, it'll come down and NRGY will be zipping up the charts. So we do pair with the US dollar coin. Now, I want you to understand, in DeFi, you don't log in, you don't create an account, you don't log in, you don't do any of that. You don't give up your privacy. It is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing, the way DeFi works. All you do is you simply connect your wallet. You connect your wallet. Most people will use MetaMask. MetaMask is free to get, takes just a few minutes if you don't have MetaMask. But you just simply connect your wallet to the decentralized exchange. And from your wallet, let's say you want to buy coins. You reach in that cookie jar, you pull out coins directly into your wallet, and you put in dollars. And for doing this, you've just increased the amount of dollars and decreased the supply of coins, which causes the price to go up. If you sell, it is the opposite way. So if you sell, you're reaching in that cookie jar, you're pulling out dollars right into your wallet, and you're putting in coins into the cookie jar. And for doing that, you've just decreased the amount of dollars and increased the supply. And of course, the price goes down when that happens. So this is how the market moves. It's a lot easier to understand than the current model that we have, isn't it, guys? So it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing, the way DeFi works. It's the community that basically supplies the liquidity in a DeFi model. And guys, NRGY really is, the way I like to describe it, it's almost like a decentralized bank that is owned by you guys, by the community. It's a think about this. This is a decentralized bank that's owned by the community. And people are swapping dollars for NRGY in order to make cash flow, which you'll understand here in a second. And they're taking and they're supplying their NRGY and pulling back out dollars when they want to sell. So you get this constant revolving structure. People are swapping coins for dollars and dollars for coins. It's a beautiful thing. And what supplies the sustainability of this decentralized bank, quote unquote, is that the revenues from our dApps that we're creating. And you're going to learn about those here in just a second. So what exactly is NRGY? What is its purpose in the market? NRGY is really the app store of DeFi, okay? Or what we call the dApp store, decentralized applications is what it stands for, decentralized applications. And we fully believe, guys, that NRGY will be the Bitcoin of DeFi. And you're going to understand why here in a second, probably even better than the Bitcoin of DeFi. What are dApps? dApps are decentralized applications. If you pick up your phone, right? Your iPhone, your Android, and you go to the App Store, the Android store, you're going to see all these different apps. You're going to see apps for games. You're going to see apps for health and fitness. You're going to see apps that are financial apps like Webull and Robinhood. You're going to see apps that are for shopping, right? Merchandise that you can order. So you've got all these different apps. And apps are really, they're a business basically, but they're a decentralized business. They're what's called a decentralized application. And they have a lot of purpose. People are wanting to decentralize now more than ever. Why? Because they're sick of being censored by the decentralized system. I'll give you a perfect example. Many of you guys heard a few months ago of a social media platform called Parler, right? A lot of people are going over Parler, and I'm not here to debate the political side of things. But Parler, if you remember right, they got shut down. They basically got their business taken away from them because they were plugged into a centralized server. And the minute that Amazon and the App Store and the Android store pulled the plug, their business was gone. Well, if they were decentralized, they would have never, ever, ever had that issue. So decentralization is a beautiful thing from so many components, from the component of people not having to give up their privacy to the component of not having to worry about being held down by any centralized authority. And so a lot of businesses are going to what's called dApps. They're converting their businesses to dApps, decentralized applications that generate revenue. And NRGY is basically the form of medium. It's the way payment is made. And so the way NRGY is set up is that when a dApp is created, 80% of the revenues go to the owner of the dApp, 20% go to the NRGY stakeholders. So not only do they, when they launch a dApp upon the NRGY platform, not only are they able to decentralize their business, but they're able to tap in to the NRGY community as we grow and grow and grow and grow. And so there's a tremendous value in staking coins. Why? If you stake at least 25, if you have 25 or more staked, you get a share in the dApp revenues. Also, NRGY is currently minting right now. Okay, it mints for a period of 100 weeks total. And right now we are in week 11 of 100. So in addition to being able to share in the dApp revenue, you are able to also share in the minting. Now, I'm gonna stop the share here for a second because I want you guys to turn on your cameras and I want to get a show of hands. I want you guys to realize just how powerful this is. I don't think a lot of people realize what NRGY is truly becoming. How many, turn on your cameras, I want to get a show of hands. How many of you guys have heard of a business called Berkshire Hathaway? Let's get a show of hands. Who's heard of Berkshire Hathaway? All right, we see a lot of hands. Berkshire Hathaway, Berkshire Hathaway, Berkshire Hathaway. Who is Berkshire Hathaway? Berkshire Hathaway is basically a famous investors company. He owns the majority of the shares. And that guy's name is Warren Buffett. Maybe perhaps you guys have heard of him. Guys, I really admire the guy. I know that some people say, well, he's against cryptocurrency or his political position. All things, setting all that aside, you got a man that's been so humble. Think about this, Warren Buffett. You don't see the guy flash Lambos and Ferraris or mansions or anything in front of your face. He's just a humble guy that goes about his business. You know, that guy still lives in his same house that he lived in before he made it big in Omaha, Nebraska. Now he's upgraded it since then, but he still lives in the same street in the same ordinary neighborhood. Talk about being a humble guy. Not only that, you know, his businesses that he owns. every one of those businesses are notorious for paying their people well. They pay their people well. And, you know, I'm a firm believer that how a business treats their employees is a direct reflection of how they treat their customers. So whether you love him or you hate him for his political position or his view on cryptocurrency, you got to admire that the guy's a humble guy, right? You got to admire he's a humble guy that treats his employees well. Now, he's created this juggernaut of a business called Berkshire Hathaway. And I want to show you what Berkshire Hathaway exactly is. For those of you who may have heard of it, but you don't understand what Berkshire Hathaway is, because in a way, it'll start clicking and you'll say, oh my gosh, is NRG a decentralized Berkshire Hathaway in the making? So you're going to see some reflection here. And we're going to talk about some of our dApps that are coming up on the NRG platform. We already have some of those dApps out right now. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And I want to go over here. Berkshire Hathaway, they own equity in a number of different businesses. They own a good chunk of a number of different businesses. Just some of the businesses to name a few. They own a chunk of Bank America, of Apple, of Coca-Cola, of Kraft Heinz, of American Express, Verizon, US Bank Corp, General Motors, Bank of New York Mellon, Wells Fargo, just to name a few. And in fact, if you want to go look at every single company that Berkshire Hathaway has an interest in, just go Wikipedia it. And I probably could refresh it. I know it changes all the time because they're constantly making moves. You know, they're notorious for, they keep adding to their portfolio. But if we look at some of these businesses on here, I mean, businesses you recognize, Dairy Queen, I know Kirby vacuum cleaners. Many of you guys have one of those vacuum sales guys in your home. I know they own a pretty good chunk of that. That's one of their companies. Hellsberg Diamonds, just go down with Nebraska Furniture Mart. Are any of these ringing a bell? Pampered Chef, they're a networking company. Man, the list just goes on and on and on and on. This is a list of Berkshire Hathaway's holdings. Visa, MasterCard, Vanguard. I mean, come on, get out of town. This is unbelievable. Now, the question is, and I want to see the chat. I want to get you guys interactive. If you heard me go over this on Thursday, please don't put in the chat. But if you didn't, I want you to put in the chat. Okay, how much do you think Berkshire Hathaway is per share right now? Just take a guess in the chat. Take a guess. How much do you guys think? What do you think is the price of Berkshire Hathaway? I got to see some people guessing in the chat. Take a wild guess. Come on, guys. We gotta get some interaction. All right, we got some coming in. 150K in the billions. Well, their market cap. How much do you think each share is worth? That's the question. How much do you think every single share per share, not every single share, but how much do you think Berkshire Hathaway is worth per share? $6,000. We got some good things. $10,000. That's some good comments coming in. All right, let me go ahead and let me turn my screen share back on because we're gonna $185, 12,000. We got all different ones across the board. 150K. Well, let me go ahead. You guys are going to be surprised. Berkshire Hathaway is worth a whopping $437,000 a share. Let me make sure I'm sharing the right screen too. Berkshire Hathaway is worth a whopping $437,000 a share. Pretty incredible, isn't it, guys? But you know, and if you look at their charts, let me just pull up their charts. Let me pull up the let's see, we got to go to a longer time frame chart. I don't see the longer time frame on here today. Let me go ahead and refresh my screen. what I want to show you, and for some reason it's not giving me the longer time frame, but that's okay. I can tell you guys. Oh, here it is. Here's the longer time frame. If we look at the all chart, you're going to see that Berkshire Hathaway is just consistently just went up the chart and has just been rocketing up. Started out back in the 1980s, you could have got it for about 500 to 1,000 a share. In the 1990s, you could have got it for around 5 to 10,000 a share. In the 2000s, you could have got it for around 50 to 100K a share. And today, it's worth a whopping $437,000 a share. Pretty incredible. But let me show you what's even more incredible. What's even more incredible is the number of shares in circulation. The number of shares in circulation right now for Berkshire Hathaway is 1.52 million, 1.5 million shares in circulation. Why is that important? Because how many, it's a very limited supply, obviously. How many coins does NRGY have? And although they're not the same, right? Berkshire Hathaway, they're different. There's a lot of similarities here in the fact that NRGY, we have all these decentralized apps, dApps, that are basically 20% of all those dApps are feeding into this decentralized bank per se that's owned by the community. And you see where I'm starting to go. If right now there are 100,000 NRGY shares in circulation. When the minting is complete, the maximum amount of shares that you could ever see is under 4.4 million. And quite frankly, it won't even be that high because there is a 7.5% burn rate when people unstake, which lowers the supply. And not every single coin is going to get minted into circulation per se. So you got to take these into account. I believe that once NRGY is done minting, you'll probably see the supply be somewhere around 2 to 3 million NRGY coins. Guys, it's extremely limited. There's a reason that I show you this 1.5 million shares that Berkshire Hathaway has and how they started out right about the same price that NRGY is right now, right? You look back here, they started out at 385. NRGY is right around $492 a coin. So they started out right around the same price as NRGY. Now, why is this important? I want you guys to understand something. Let me see if I can go ahead and pull up my paint so I can draw on my screen. Hope I got to do it over here. Hold on. Got to go to my other screen, pull this up. See if I can open it up. All right, here we go. Let me move it over here. So essentially what you've got with NRGY, you've got this liquidity pool that's on Uniswap, okay? You've got this liquidity pool. And in that liquidity pool, you've got people that are swapping coins for dollars and dollars for coins. Very similar to a Berkshire Hathaway share per se. And basically what's happening is you have all these different dApps that are outside of NRGY, all these different dApps that are on the NRGY ecosystem that are all feeding this decentralized bank that's owned by the community. All these different dApps, decentralized businesses per se, are feeding this decentralized bank that's owned by the community. There's no centralized cut to this. This is why this is so powerful with what we have. Now, I'm going to tell you what makes NRGY so powerful. I think you're starting to see this start to come together. Right now, let's go back over here. Let me make sure we have the most accurate price. We are still $492 a coin, almost 493. There's some components though about this coin that makes it so unique to the crypto community. Not only is it does it enable people to make that cash flow, that piece of their pie per se, that ownership in that decentralized bank that's owned by the community. There's a lot of other important aspects about energy that you may not even realize. So I want to go over here to my slides, and I want to tell you about it, about energy and what makes it so special. My computer's being a little slow this morning, guys, so give me just a second. Now, there is no company. I want you guys to understand. There's no company behind NRGY. NRGY's not a company. NRGY is owned by the community of people. This is all true smart contract-based technology. So let's talk about the first point of NRGY. What do I mean that it's owned by the community of people? Guys, this is the world's first true DeFi coin. Yes, there were people that created the coin. But when we deployed that coin and we deployed the smart contract, we relinquished all control and gave it to the community. Guys, this coin has no developer fees. There is no pre-mined supply that someone keeps in their back pocket. And there were no influencer fees. No coins were given out to some big influencer or an airdrop that can be dropped on the market. This was designed the exact same way that Satoshi Nakamoto designed Bitcoin. You see, the only advantage that Satoshi had when he created Bitcoin is that he was the first to get to own Bitcoin. It's the same way with this coin. The creators of NRGY and also the early adopters, they were the first to own the coin. They have a vested interest in growing this NRGY community because it makes what they hold that much more valuable. Just like Satoshi has a vested interest in growing Bitcoin because it makes the piece that he holds that much more valuable. But this coin was deployed completely fairly. It was deployed completely fair and honest. And so the crypto community really likes that. That's the first thing about this coin. The second thing about this coin is that this is the first DeFi coin with an elastic supply. What do I mean by that? Well, you've got all these other DeFi coins, right, that you can stake, quote unquote. You can stake them and they produce a reward. But a lot of these DeFi coins are really producing what I call a BS reward. Why? Because they're constantly just producing this reward. And if there's no liquidity coming into the coin, guess what? They're really just devaluing their coin. They're really just inflating their coin. And in the end, that'll eventually catch up to them. What makes NRGY so valuable is that during the minting process, NRGY only produces a reward when new liquidity comes into the market maker staking contract. It will only produce a reward when new liquidity comes into the coin. That is huge. And so sometimes, you know, the reward is going to fluctuate during the week. And if somebody says, well, why are the rewards a little lower? And this DeFi coin over here is paying out, oh, these enormous rewards. Well, now you know, they're really just producing this reward that looks good on paper, right? But in the end, it eventually catch up with them because they're inflating their coin. NRGY does not create new supply unless new liquidity comes in the coin. And that is huge, guys. Interestingly enough, even if every single coin was minted into existence, there would still be less than 4.4 million. NRGY is also the first coin where every single coin holder is a liquidity provider. Everybody has skin in the game. Everybody owns a piece of that decentralized bank. Even the creators of the coin, when it was deployed, they had to put up their own money to go buy the coin. We had to put up our own money to go buy that coin, guys. So every single person that holds NRGY has dollars that they've put into the liquidity pool, into the decentralized bank, quote unquote. Why is that important? Well, take Bitcoin, for instance. Nobody knows the real liquidity behind Bitcoin. 58,000, whatever it's trading at this morning. I haven't even had time to look. Guys, That's just the price that somebody's willing to pay right now. It's all traded on speculation. If there's nobody willing to give that price, guess what? The price comes down, right? That's the centralized market. It's all based on speculation. When you're dealing in DeFi, you're not dependent on somebody willing to pay that price because it's all based on the liquidity pool of the decentralized bank per se. And what feeds it is you've got all these different dApps that are dumping their revenues from the dApps. 20% of those dApps go in here. And now you've got people wanting the coin because it's producing cash flow and a reward for them. So let's go on. The next point, and this is probably one of my favorite, guys. This is NRGY is truly 100% decentralized. There's a lot of DeFi coins, but if you look, they have a domain, they're registered, their domain name is registered with somebody like a GoDaddy. They're hosted on a centralized server. NRGY is what a lot of people refer to as hardcore decentralization. Why? Because NRGY is not hosted on a centralized server. It doesn't even have a domain name registered to a centralized company like a GoDaddy. NRGY was deployed on what's called the IPFS. It stands for Interplanetary File System. It's basically peer-to-peer data storage. So the data for NRGY can be pulled from multiple different places, not just from a centralized server, but from multiple different places. And not only that, it's extremely secure. It is lightning fast. And for that very reason that it was deployed on the IPFS, it is totally unstoppable. The minute we deployed NRGY, the smart contract, and relinquished all control and put it on the IPFS, it took a mind of its own. It is completely unstoppable. There's no centralized plug that can be pulled on NRGY. And of course, the crypto community really likes that. And the last thing about NRGY, when you come aboard NRGY, you are not giving your money to a company. I cannot stress this enough. You see all those other companies out there, right? You're not giving your money to a company. So throw that whole concept out the window. When you're dealing with NRGY, your money is going into the liquidity pool, the decentralized bank, quote unquote, via a smart contract. And you have full access to your funds. You can remove it at any time based on whatever the current value is, but you have full 100% control of your own funds. Nobody has access to your money. Why this is so important, guys, and this is probably the biggest point about NRGY. This is what makes it so powerful. Guys, there's no need to give up any of your privacy anymore. You don't have to create an account. You don't have to log in. You don't have to do those things. You don't have to request a withdrawal. You are not at the mercy of any company, any centralized exchange, or any world government. Let me say that again, because I want you to understand how powerful that is. You are not at the mercy of any company, any centralized exchange, or any world government. So guys, people will flock to this. They already are. We have the potential to make a lot of money very quickly. My question to you is, are you ready to change your life? And are you ready to get energized? Now, a lot of people say, well, show me a little bit about, the revenues, the potential for those revenues. So I want to give you guys an example. Now, I want to stress that this is for example purposes only. It is in no way to be construed as a guarantee. But much like the businesses for Berkshire Hathaway generate income that makes Berkshire Hathaway worth $435,000 a share, as dApps are deployed upon the NRGY ecosystem, it just makes NRGY more and more valuable. So I just want to give you a little scenario of what's possible with energy. Let's say all the different dApps generated $10 million a day in revenue. Okay, all these different dApps up on the platform, and you're going to learn about some of them here shortly. And you're going to learn, because Alan's going to tell you about some of these dApps that are coming. You're going to learn that the potential far exceeds what I'm even showing you guys right now. But let's say the dApps were to generate $10 million a day, okay, between all these different decentralized applications. 20% of that would be shared with the energy stakeholders who hold at least 25 or more coins. So 20% of 10 million, guys, would be $2 million. If we take 2 million, you got to divide it amongst everybody who has at least 25 coins. There's not a lot of people who can hold 25 energy coins, just like there's not a lot of people who can hold shares of Berkshire Hathaway. Not necessarily because of the price, but because of the supply. It is very limited in supply. So right now, guys, there's about a little over 125 people that have 25 coins or more in staking in energy. Let's say that number was to grow to 1,000. Guys, 1,000 people, 2 million divided by 1,000 is 2,000 per day cash flow. Let's say the numbers grow. Let's say this number grows to 100 million instead. And let's say there's 10,000 people who have 25 or more coins staked, guys. The numbers still come out the same. It still come out to about 2,000 per day cash flow. Let's say that it doesn't even hit that. Let's say it's $500 a day cash flow for 25 coins. I think you guys see where I'm going with this. Let's say the revenues get to be much greater than that. Let's say the revenues are $500 million a day, whatever they may be. And, there may be 25,000 people or 30,000 people that have 25 or more energy staked in their wallet. You guys can start seeing the potential. Like I said, not a lot of people can get 25 coins staked, not necessarily because of the price, but because of the supply. And the price will have a lot to do with it too in the future as the price goes up. Imagine trying to stake 25 shares of Berkshire Hathaway in that example, $435,000 a share. But guys, let's say we were to generate $2,000 per day. 2,000 per day times 365 days a year, that equals $730,000. $730,000. Now, guys, if 25 energy were to generate $730,000 a year, how much do you think the value of one energy would be? So you can't just divide that by 25. You've got to take that times a multiple. Traditional business standards are 26. You take it times 26, but let's just say you take it times 10. Say you take it times 10. So if we took that times 10, that's 7,300,000. And if we divide $7 million by, let me pull up my calculator. If we divide $7 million by 25 coins, that put the value of energy at about $280,000 a coin. And do you see where we're going with this? You see how energy, although it's not the same, similar in concept, could be a Berkshire Hathaway, a decentralized, even more powerful Berkshire Hathaway in the making. See, that's the power of what we have. The energy coin is going to produce revenues for those people that are staking, and those revenues depend on how much comes in from all the different dApps, and it feeds into that decentralized bank, quote unquote, that's owned by the community. It feeds into that liquidity pool. And so you're at the beginning of something Very, 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 very special. And I'm here to tell you today, do not let the opportunity pass you by, because a lot of people have asked, well, they look at energy like they look at a lot of other coins. It's $500 a coin. How much more can it go up? Guys, I'm here to tell you, energy is much different than any other coin. Much, much, much different. So what I'm going to do is, what can you do to get involved with energy? Well, to get involved with energy, guys, we released our first DApp, and it's called Community Builder. Community Builder is a DApp where you connect your MetaMask wallet to it. And if you need help, maybe you're saying, I want to get involved with energy. Even if you've never been in crypto before, reach out to us. We can help you get involved. But what's really cool about this DApp is it connects to your MetaMask wallet. All you do is hit the connect button, okay? The connect button. Let me pull up my MetaMask here, and I'll show you exactly how this works, how easy it is to stake energy. So if you want to stake energy, you want to get involved, you want to participate in the minting of the coin, you want to make it your goal to eventually have 25 energy or more staked, all you do is you simply connect your MetaMask wallet. You can stake with either energy, Ethereum, or USDC coin. Guys, you can unstake at any time. A lot of people say, am I locked in for 100 weeks? And the answer is no, you're not locked in for 100 weeks. You can pull your energy out of staking at any time. There is a 7.5% burn fee when you do so. Okay, that prevents people from jumping in and out of staking. It also makes energy more valuable, but you can pull it out of staking at any time. Your numbers will show up here in the boxes. Once you stake, you're going to get a reward each week. The reward closes out on Saturdays today, this afternoon Eastern time. So if you want to get involved staking energy, my suggestion is do it before 5 p.m. Eastern time today, because if you do, you get to earn all this week's rewards. It's just like if you signed up last Sunday. So as long as you're in before 5 p.m. Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern time, you get a share in all of this week's rewards. Now, I want to let you guys know something really important, okay? When you stake energy, you get 75% of your value. So you have a choice. You can go buy energy from the market, you own 100%. Or you stake it, you get 75%. And a lot of people say, well, why am I giving up 25%? To stake? Why don't I just go own the coin? The reason is because 25% goes to community builders for helping grow the community, and you are now a community builder. The advantage though of staking, here's the reason you want to stake, because through staking you're able to multiply your coin through the minting of the coin, and you're also able to share in the DApp revenues. If you just own the coin, you're not going to multiply, and you're not going to be able to share in the DApp revenue. So a lot of people say, oh my gosh, that makes a lot of sense. I want to stake coins. Not only that, that 25% that's going to the community builders, it's almost like an advertising cost, right? What's it doing? It's rewarding the community for people for growing the community, which makes what you hold that much more valuable. So I tell people, don't fret about that. It's actually helping the value of what you hold, because as the community grows, energy becomes much more valuable. And you can always see this, the price up in the corner of the screen. And you can also see the circulating supply up here as well. You can see it's a little over 100,000 right now, the circulating supply. So what happens is once you make your stake, you get this link. It shows up right here. You can copy and paste it, and you can share it with others. They don't have to create an account either. They don't have to log in. They just connect their wallet just like you did. It connects to your wallet. It's linked to your wallet, not linked to you as an individual. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And remember that 25% that goes to community builders? There is no centralized cut out of that. Now, when you invite others who stake energy, you get 15% of the energy they stake. And if they invite other people, you get 10% of the energy those people stake. It pays two tiers only. So 15 plus 10, that's a total of 25%. Okay? No centralized cut, 100% is going back to community builders. You invite somebody who stakes 100 energy, 15%, you would make 15 energy. They invite somebody who stakes 100 energy, 10% of that would be 10 energy. You would make 10 energy. And here's the best part of it all. Those funds, you don't have to request a withdrawal to get them. Those funds are instantaneously, boom, paid right into your MetaMask wallet. Instantaneously paid into your MetaMask wallet. And you have full access to them right away. You could take those energy, you can stake them, or you could take them and you can swap them for dollars. It's your choice. But those energy are paid directly into your MetaMask wallet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over. Alan's going to tell you a little bit about the dApps, and then we're going to open up for a Q&A. But I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording here at this time, so we have a clean recording, and it won't be so long. Okay. So Alan, I'm going to go ahead for the people that are live on Facebook and also for the people that are on our Zoom. Hey, Peter, you might want to say a few words. I'm going to kick it over to you guys to talk a little bit about the apps. Yep.
Dwayne, I don't think you saw my message, but I texted you and I said that Alan is not going to be able to make it today because it's his daughter's birthday. So, so he's not going to be able to make it today. So we'll just, go from there.
Okay. Yeah, I heard so many messages. You heard my phone dinging during and it takes me off my train of thought. It's hard to present when that happens. Okay. Peter, let's talk a little bit about the dApps that are coming out. Can you tell people a little bit about the dApps since Alan's not here, and then we're going to open it up for a Q&A. Let's.
Yep. So Dwayne, I'm going to let you talk about the bridge. We'll let you talk about that one, and then I can talk about a little bit more about the music builder, so that people have a little bit of a better understanding of that, and we can go from there. Which one do you want to do first?
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about the first app. Let's talk about, guys, we released. It's called Genie Signal. Genie Signal is a dApp that basically connects to your TD Ameritrade account, and it will trade stocks automatically for you. Okay, you get to choose the stock, it'll trade them automatically. That has an introductory offer going on right now. If you have at least 5 energy staked, you get access to a lifetime license of Genie Signal. In the future, Genie Signal is going to cost about $5,000 to $6,000 for the lifetime license. And of course, there'll be, yearly, annual license and quarterly license available. But right now, it's almost like what we call a freemium, because if you have 5 energy staked, you get your energy stake working for you, but now you get to claim access to your lifetime license of Genie Signal. That's our very first app. The next app that I'm most excited about that's getting ready to take place, guys, it's an exciting one. It's called the Energy Bridge. And the Energy Bridge is going to be so disruptive to the cryptocurrency space, to the DeFi space. It's going to be extremely, extremely disruptive. Nobody else has what we have. What is it? People are going to be able to come through the bridge. They're going to be able to get energy wrapped Bitcoin, energy wrapped Ethereum, energy wrapped many different coins. To go through that bridge is 1%. To exit that bridge is 1%. But while they're in the bridge, they're going to be able to trade with leverage for free. If they feel like the market's going down, they're going to be able to lock in their dollar value and obtain a yield on their crypto when the market goes down for free. Why is this so big? Because there's no fees. If you feel the market's going up, you can leverage your Bitcoin or your Ethereum. If you feel the market's going down, you can step out without having to sell. Guys, the current administration in the US is already proposing a 40% capital gains tax. Okay, everybody knows that, and it's scaring a lot of people. 40% capital gains tax. Well, now, why is that important? Now you don't have to sell. You can simply step out and lock in your dollar amount. Give me my phone here for a second. You can lock in your dollar amount without, you can lock in your dollar amount to obtain a yield when the price goes down without actually having the possible tax consequences of selling your coin. And so, guys, this is going to be so disruptive in the DeFi space. You're not going to have the gas fees, right? The gas fees of having to swap coins for, you know, dollars or Ethereum, and Ethereum for coins. Once you get that coin, you can just simply stay in that coin. You can stay in that coin. You can step out of it during the times that you think it's going down, and you can obtain more when it does. And during the times you think it's going up, you can leverage it. And what's so exciting is that 1% that people pay to go through the bridge, those fees get shared amongst everyone who is an NRGY stakeholder. Those fees get shared amongst the NRGY stakeholders. 20% of that goes to anybody who's staking 25 coins or more. Why could that be quite significant? Because Binance right now does over 30 billion with a B, $30 billion a day. Sometimes they do over 70 billion a day. Guys, if we did $1 billion a day through the NRGY bridge, do you realize 1% of that is that $10 million example that I gave? If a 1 billion comes through the NRGY bridge, you know the example I gave showing that the DApp revenues off of just one DApp, this example right here, we'll pull it up. $10 million would be the 1%. 20% of that would be the $2 million per day, okay? In this example I gave. The potential, guys, is absolutely limitless with what we have. I believe the NRGY bridge is going to create a ton of revenue for the NRGY stakeholders, because there's going to be a lot of people who want to use it. And, you know, where can we grow? Could we grow to the $30 billion a day going through the bridge like, you know, Binance does? Guys, 1% of 30 billion would be $30 million. Just think about that. It's pretty crazy to even think about. If you don't know the story about Binance, the owner of Binance became a billionaire within 6 months. Now the NRGY bridge is going to be decentralized. It's going to solve a major problem in the crypto space and in the decentralized finance space. And people are going to be able to go through the bridge. They're going to be able to trade for free, unlimited. And then when they want to exit that bridge and take their NRGY wrapped Bitcoin, NRGY wrapped Ethereum, or NRGY wrapped whatever other cryptocurrency, and exchange it for their regular Bitcoin, regular Ethereum, or regular whatever other coin, they can exit the bridge as well, and they'll pay that 1%. So there's a lot of revenues to be made just with this one application, this one decentralized application. And it's being created now as we speak. Then the most exciting one for the masses is Music Builder. And I'm going to let Peter tell you about Music Builder.
Awesome. So Music Builder essentially is where any artist is able to take their DJ set or their track that they have, and essentially they can bring it onto our platform. They can create an NFT, and essentially people will have the ability to actually earn in all of those particular NFTs that are being created. So you get to own a percentage of that. So if you're actually partaking in the staking of 25 NRGY or more, you actually get to get a percentage of that revenue share that will be coming to all those stakers that are holding more than 25 Energy on our community builder tab. And so what this gives is this gives the artists essentially a new audience. It gives them an ability to get the word out there for the music, right? And it gives the people a sense to also own a sense of equity, really, of that particular track or list of tracks or whatever the case may be. But this is going to be another service that we will provide, which will produce a significant amount of revenue for our system and for all of the people that are staking more than 25 Energy. Now, it gets a lot more robust than that, and it's still being created. But I want you to think about the long-term benefits of essentially what this can do. We are essentially the first in all of cryptocurrency that is going to be bringing this kind of decentralized app. And all of these new musicians, they want to get their word out there. They have some tremendous content, but they don't know how they can get the most amount of value. Typically, when you have a musician that comes out and they basically have a tremendous amount of royalties that they have to pay, and whatever the case may be, that get associated with that, with any particular album or record deal that they sign. So this gives them an ability to actually get 40% of that revenue share coming back to them. So therefore, they have a bigger stake in the game, right? And people can also stake that and also go towards the energy community. So it's going to be something very powerful going forward. Now, in addition to that, we also have Cyber City, which many of you have asked about, which is being built out. And we have about a 60-day plan on that. We're about 3 weeks in. So we got another, let's say 45 days or so to get that rolled out. But what Cyber City is going to be, is it's going to be a place where we can actually bring people for the marketing essentially of energy. We'll create a full platform that people will be able to use and take advantage of. And we'll actually have coaches that will be able to coach everybody. And that's going to be a little bit further down the line, but we'll have some cyber coaches that we will be able to actually bring in. So we'll be able to actually, call people, show them how to go through the whole process so they understand everything and really use that as a benefit. And that will be an additional revenue source that will be used for the community as well. So it's going to be absolutely incredible. So when you think about it, that's only 4 decentralized apps that we have. You include Community Builder, that's 5. Now, if every single one of those is actually producing a significant amount of revenue, then Energy token itself will not be valued at $492. It will be valued significantly higher. So all of this is what we have coming for all of you, and we're really excited to show you once we have it all set.
Burge made the comment, and he couldn't have said it better, because a lot of people say, man, energy's expensive a coin. It's almost $500 a coin. Burge just said, I could have bought Berkshire Hathaway at $20,000. I thought it was too expensive back then. Now think about that. Today, if you would have bought Berkshire Hathaway at $20,000, today it's worth over $437,000. So it's not like typical cryptocurrency where you say, I think it's too expensive. This is much different than other cryptocurrencies. Keep that in mind. Don't be the person that says, man, I could have bought Berkshire Hathaway back for $2,500 and I thought it was too expensive back then. I do want to say one thing about Music Builder, and then I'm gonna open up for Q&A. Guys, Music Builder is going to be incredible. Why? There's 2 things that I like about it. One, you've got all these different artists out there, right? They're called starving artists for a reason, new artists. The music business is much like the decentralized system that we know now. It's all about who you know, and well, you know the saying. I'm not going to even say it. It's all about who you know and who you know what in that business. But it's kind of a corrupt system. The way it works. You got all these artists with great music out there. And right now they have to pay to get their music listened to, right? They have to pay to get their music listened to. Music Builder is going to completely change that. Now they're going to get paid for their talents, and they're going to get paid to create more music. And for you owning that NFT, you're going to be able to share in their licensing revenue that comes in. So if they get picked up in a movie or maybe a TV show and there's licensing revenue, for being an owner of that NFT, you get a share in that revenue. They get to share the love back with their fans. They also now get their fans almost as their sales force out there for their music, right? Because their fans are going to other people and saying, oh my gosh, you got to listen to this music. It's great. Why are they doing that? One, it's a great song, right? But two, they also have a financial interest in it. And then once you get with the NFT, not only do you get the future revenues from the licensing, but everybody who's buying that NFT after you, that particular song or that album, you're getting to share in those revenues. You're getting immediate cash flow whenever you go and you buy that NFT, you buy that song. Everybody that purchases it after you, you're getting cash flow from. Guys, Music Builder is going to be fire. Fire. I'm going to tell you that. It's going to be fire. It's going to really change the music business. And, you know, it's just one of many dApps. We got so much stuff coming to the platform. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to open it up for Q&A. If you're out there on Facebook, I'm going to be ending the Facebook stream. Here's what you want to do. You want to take whatever video you're watching right now. You want to scroll down in the comments, and there is a link to this Zoom. Get on here and get your questions answered. Once again, whatever video you're watching on Facebook. Now, if this is being shared to your friends, Facebook, your friends sharing the stream, go to the original video that's being shared from. And in the comments, there is a link to get onto this Zoom. So I'm going to open up for Q&A, but I want to tell you guys on Facebook, thanks for joining us this morning. You know, we're very humbled. We're very honored. We're going to change a lot of lives. And, you know, I think that's the thing that really hits me in the heart the hardest is not only are we able as a group to make a profit. Making a profit is great. Everybody wants the mansions and the Ferraris and the Lambos, right? That's great. But there's nothing better than being able to do it with integrity and being able to do it in the process of helping other people and really changing the lives along the way and feeling good about the income that you're earning. Energy is going to be so powerful for so many people around the world. It already is. So with that, guys, have a great Mother's Day weekend for you. Those of you guys on Facebook, go enjoy time with the family. Everybody on the Zoom, stick around. We'll do a Q&A. Bye for now, Facebook.